Hi, it's Hazel and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. Now this is a haul video, but strictly books this time. Now I forgot to mention the last one that I always use the hashtag Thrifty Canucks because, you know, gotta support the Canadian, wave the Canadian flag. I also use the Thrifted Treasures hashtag, which is one that was created by Dale from Not Too Shabby Chic. And then because I typically post my videos, my haul videos on Thursdays, adds a little structure to my week, I use the Thrifted Thursday hashtag that is hosted by Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. And apparently I can't resist the urge to peel off old tape. Anyway, let's begin. And thank you so much for being here. I will remind you that if you're a book lover, that I do have a, a playlist called What's in My Bookcase. And a lot of people over the months have really liked that series, particularly if they're book lovers. Okay. Obviously, I need a ruler. I need more than 12 inches. No, that'll do. Okay. This is Richard Scarry's Busy, Busy World, 12 by 10 and a bit, aka 10 and a quarter. So, sorry. While I'm on a roll here, I guess I feel like I need to finish doing this. Okay, so that, I guess, was what was holding this together, that old dried up masking tape. So I know that there are a lot of people that love these books, and my kids had them too back in the day. So let's take a look. Okay, so this one obviously has seen better days. Okay, I'll spare you taking this tape off. So some kid got this in 1980. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of cute images in here. I don't think that I've ever fussy cut or, to be honest, really used any of these. So I truly should stop buying them. Oh, I didn't realize that okay, so this book, what did I say it was? Busy, Busy World. Oh, that's why he's included places and other parts of the world. Jeez. Australia. Austrian. New York. Israel. Europe. Finland. Polish. Look at those Polish farm. Oh my goodness. Carol, do you see these chickens? And look at that egg. I might have to send you these pages. I guess tell me when too much, or is it even possible? Is it even possible to have too many chickens? Okay, I'm going to have to come back with my knife because those are actually sewn in. Scottish, Tokyo. So clearly it's either cities or countries. African. Not consistent in how they. Greek. Oh, this is a big category here. Rome. Hawaiian. Belgian. South American. Norwegian. Monaco. I always wanted to go to Monaco. My daughter was there. We sometimes like to call her Hazel 2.0. I think for me, what I was hoping for, the reason I was hoping to go there is because of the textiles and that whole Moroccan vibe that we saw take over home decorating for a while there. That's right up my alley. Apparently it's fairly dirty though. And I don't know that it would be particularly safe at this point either. But of course, you know, because she's a good kid, she brought me a lantern, which is, you know, just smacks of the Moroccan aesthetic. And I promptly painted it copper. So there. Okay, Monaco, Russia, Hong Kong. Why am I telling you all this? Venetian, I'm almost done. Egyptian, who knows? Maybe you have a favorite country here. Paris, Dutch, German, Denmark. Oh, we got some Canadians. Sergeant Yukon of the Canadian Mounties. Swiss, Algerian, and London. So that's kind of a cute book, and clearly I have some pages that I need to remove from there. This was just a, obviously without a cover, Life at Land's End, Winter 2007. It's a big, big magazine, so 13 inches by 10. And this is Los Cabos. And my daughter just happens to be there when I'm filming this. You know, one of those, let's go and help a friend turn 40 kind of things. So my husband and I have been there, I think once or twice. So I think that this will be, will help bring back some memories, because that was, you know, quite a few years ago. And, you know, maybe I'm overdue for a, doing some travel-related stuff. I certainly don't travel as much as some of you do. I remember this. So, of course, what is this thing called? I don't know if it's called Lover's Beach or something like that. So we did, again, a boat tour. The non-swimmers get into a boat with strangers who can't speak the language, our language. And then, I can't remember, one of us was a bit of a smart aleck, asked about, well, where's the beach for the divorcees? Anyway, weirdos. Oh, look at this. Anyway, okay, and even if this only gets work into my art journaling, that was definitely worth picking up. Okay, let's continue with, some of these bigger ones. And then I'll get, I'm going, sorry. Sorry for the grunting, but these are heavy. Kind of do this in, you know, descending order from largest to smallest. Essential Roses. Dust Jacket. Oh, that's pretty bold, having a white cover. Oh, look at that. Isn't that perfect for my blush journal? 8 5/8 by 10 and something. So, of course, you know that these will make perfect signature pages. Paper is not that glossy. There's a map showing the hardiness zones. Winning Roses over the year. Okay, I didn't tell you the date. 1990. So that's getting up there. But I thought this was, I didn't even look at all those pages, but look how cool this would be. If you turned it, I have to turn this into a signature, because you fold it right down this seam here, or this margin, and you've got, oh my goodness, you know what you've got. You've got folio pages that are good both sides, that are intact, that are illustrated, that are not too glossy. Okay, I'm doing that. Maybe before the sun sets today. I'm doing that. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I'm going to, is this sewn in? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm going to have to deconstruct this just so I can use these things in my blush journal. Okay, without knowing it, that was a good find too. Okay, Your Victorian Wedding. Now, this 11 by 8 3/4 does not have as many illustrations. Oh, this is taped on It's just sort of a faded red cover. Obviously, this is what some librarian would have done. Let's see if I can cut myself open here on live TV. Or as we like to say in the biz, live to tape. Ugh. This is that fiberglass tape that, oh, yeah, look what it does. Mind you. Anyway, of course, you know I love that cover. Okay, let's carry on. So, fairly glossy pages. Oh, a library card. I'll have to salvage that. Not as many illustrations as I would have hoped. But I'm thinking the ones that are here maybe were worth the price of admission. Look at that honeymoon breakfast. So the photos are kind of few and far between. This is about dancing. A tussy mussy. Okay, we're not going to look high and low for more illustrations. Oh, edible flowers. See, that would be cool to put into a flower journal. A cake. Okay, enough about that. Did I tell you the date? Probably not. 92. That was probably at the height of the Victorian. Oh my goodness. That was a little cascade there. That was at the height of the Victorian resurgence, probably. Okay, 100% Klutz certified. String guard. I remember doing that when it was the rage. This is probably based on these colors and whatever, simplicity of these designs. Probably directed at children, so I could probably do it. But it just, I don't know, nostalgia, just cool. Cool. Oh, look at the fox. That page alone is worth something. 2014. Now, I don't think I've ever seen this book before. I tend to like the Reader's Digest books. Number one, because if you get the right ones, 8 5/8 by 10, they're illustrated, not photographs, and they tend to be landscape. So this one is the Crafts and Hobbies, and it's probably fairly reflective and maybe hard for you to see. A step-by-step guide to creative skills. And because I look how cool these end papers are. Like to try things. 79. Oh, nice. I probably have some of these things in my repertoire. Okay, so leather working. I had a bachelor uncle who did a lot of leather tooling. Even my dad did some of that. So I have his that tool, you know, with the kind of the spinny thing where you can make different holes. Okay, so, well, let's maybe look at the index and see what we have here. So we've got leatherworking, macrame, decoupage, candle making, paper mache, basketry, spinning and dyeing, weaving, batik and tie-dyeing, stained glass, string art, origami, pottery, quilt making, modeling, mold making and casting, sculpture, drawing, color and design, painting, printmaking, printing on fabric, stenciling, collage. Oh, let's see what they say about collage. 264. Okay. We're talking about masonite, PVA, and acrylic polymer. Well, thank goodness supplies have come kind of a long way since then. Assemblage. I've done some of that in my day as well. Now this one, oh, these are wood pieces. Oh, they don't give collage much of a do here. Wood sculpture, metalworking, indoor gardening, drying and preserving flowers, mosaics, lapidary, jewelry, enameling, woodworking, picture framing, preserving fruit. What the heck? Preserve. Oh, would that be those apple things? Or are they talking about canning? Oh, I guess. Okay, this kid tried making pickles once. And no go. Breads from around the world. Like, how? Breads from around the world. I thought I saw bread next. You know, having been the daughter of people who ran a bakery, maybe I should do a bread journal. Anyway, winemaking, restoring furniture, book binding. Well, let's check that one out. 442. Okay, book binding. Anatomy of a book. Equipment. Book press. You know, once when I was, oh yeah, probably our first trip to Colorado, before the kids moved to Denver, I was in some kind of a shop and they had a vintage book press, you know, the big square one with the giant thing at the top that you crank to apply pressure. Do you know how badly I wanted to talk to somebody about that? How much does it work? Blah, blah, blah. You know, I would have probably had to be clinging to the windshield or the hood of the car all the way home because we didn't have an extra square inch of cargo space. Anyway, I digress. And I think it was metal too, like a metal base. So that would have been a doozy. Okay, so we've got all bookbinders. So, you know, a lot of this stuff, probably none of us are going to ever do except Nick the Booksmith. Like, I think that's true artistry. You know, like this business here of having these cloth strips and kettle stitch, you know, like, I don't know. I think things have, in many ways, things have gotten a lot easier, and I'm grateful for that. It just goes on, attaching the cover boards, preparing a book for rebinding. Okay, so what's that? Oh, look at this. Macrame, that must have been hot at the time, got some color. Yeah, bookbinding was the last category. Okay, so we'll do a quick flipperuno through this. Now you know all this. See, there are very few, well, maybe I spoke too soon. I was going to say very few color. Hey, make your own cufflinks. But look how cute these would be. See, everywhere I turn, I see something blushy in color. Look at the mosaic. For a while there, before I found junk journaling, I was buying a whole bunch of plates, usually dinner plates that I liked, with the sole intention of smashing them up and doing a mosaic, a mosaic tabletop for an outdoor table. Look at this bonsai. That is beautiful. Yeah, I still have the plates. I still have the table I intended to do it on. I think I even bought the grout. Oh, that is beautiful. Painting on fabric. Printmaking. So there are clearly some things in here that I need to take a closer look at. I find it interesting that my daughter signed up for a pottery making class, probably because her friend in another province is doing it, and she's been happy with what she's seen. And she's made a few pieces and signed up for more classes, and we found some tool sets for her. Unbeknownst to each other, I have a 25-pound block of clay, and she has a 25-pound block of clay. Do you think that perhaps I thought I was going to make some pottery? Yeah, and you know, as much as it's nice to live in the country and have your own land base and so on, and all that comes with that, I have to say, this is 10 by 9 1/4. It is a real drag living so far away from extension courses and, oh, what happened here? Some water and some sticky stuff. I guess water damage, if you can see that. It is a real drag to live so far away from the courses that I would have loved to take. Now, I did do a fair bit of that, but it is a bit of a pain in the butt when you have to, you know, drive for an hour each way and then add the class time to it. Got to be highly motivated is all I can say. And then there is the financial aspect of that as well. Some of these Christmas ones would be cute in a Christmas. Look at those sweaters. Yikes. And that girl's hair. So, you know, the advantage to these books, of course, are how nice these chart pages are, as well as the photographs. Oh, bless this farm. ABCs of country. So obviously fussy cutting something like that out can be used to decorate things. Cards, tags, page spreads. There's another cute one. So it's a good thing. You know what I'm thinking of doing? No, forget that. Pretend I never said it. I cannot tell a lie. The cat did it. Okay, honesty paves the way for trust. Trust and honesty lay the cornerstones for respect. Anyway, no, sorry to have teased you with a cliffhanger. I'll just do it. I won't talk about it ahead of time. Okay, Roger Whittaker's Greatest Hits. I remember when he was a thing. 12 by 9. Marry me. So, you know, it's one of those things. Who doesn't love book pages? Oh, this is French. Can't think of any real hits right off the bat. Durham Town. Yeah, none of those ring a bell. If you ever need a headshot, a really big headshot, there it is. Okay, now this one I picked because, of course, I have the box set back from the day. 12, okay, same size, obviously. So that was an Andrew Lloyd Webber, well, they called it a rock opera. Now, I can't remember. I think we even saw it when it was on tour. 1970. So it is, you know, there's a biblical connection, of course. Oh, this is nice because it has all the lyrics. It just seemed so off its time. Well, it seemed so different at the time. And of course, you know, Andrew Lloyd Webber is no slouch when it comes to, you know, that sort of thing with his operas. Okay, let's keep going here. Canada, Romancing the Land. Lorraine Monk, poetry by Miriam Waddington. 6 1/4 by 8 1/4. So this, as you can guess, will have a lot of photographic images, some beautiful italics, you know, words that a person can isolate and use. That's beautiful. And, you know, it's Canadian landscape, but I think that, you know, in many parts of the world, these kinds of things would be totally recognizable. And the beauty is that the paper is not very glossy. Like, just gorgeous. Look at that reflective. I could have used that in my junk journal January. Okay, 96. That's a cute little book. Now look, and there she is. Oh, she's an officer of the Order of Canada. Recognition for her work, several honorary degrees, and international awards. Nice. Nice, nice. Okay, basic goals in spelling. So I don't know if 2 mean, it can't, well, or what it mean, grade 2. 9 1/4 by 7 1/2. Oh, okay. So yeah, we're talking early here. So this version is 1971, originally copyright 1960. Now, wouldn't some kids benefit from seeing this? How to write cursive. How to study a word. This book is great. I must have known what I was doing when I grabbed it. But I didn't think anyone taught cursive in grade 2. I thought we learned in grade 3. Copy the puzzle. Write your spelling words based on those little diagrams. Cute. Cute, cute. Okay, the Craftsman in America, National Geographic Society. This is 10 and a bit by 7 and a bit. And a dust cover. Oh! You know that I have to use this cover, probably as is, because of the copper, or what I'm choosing to believe is copper. Oh my goodness. Hand-wrought iron hinges for cupboards, chests, shutters, and doors. Combine decorative line and corkscrew curls with solid utility. And look, this wants to detach, so I'll help it along. Beautiful. You know, remember that very annoying IKEA commercial where that woman with that frizzy hair you know, thinks she's really scored some deals, so she yells out, "Start the car! Start the car!" She's running like a maniac. And her husband, I guess, is bringing up the car in the parking lot so she can escape with her deals before they realize that she's really stolen the items because the prices are so low. I hate that commercial, but honestly, I think that's sometimes how some of us, perhaps, may act in thrift or antique stores. We cannot believe our good fortune, and we want to make sure it gets into our cart fast like. We think we've found a hidden gem. Maybe we haven't given it proper, scrutiny to see, yes, is it, is it damaged? Is it stinky? Is it whatever? But I have to say, I thought this book was a great find even before, without knowing how beautiful that cover was. So this, luckily, was one of those start the car kind of moments. Oh, look at that dollhouse. I've told you about my dollhouse, so let's not revisit that. When I belonged to an artist guild, this was in rural Alberta, so of course we all traveled from, quite far distances, long distances, to get together for meetings. There were some men in the group that were wood carvers. Oh my goodness, they did beautiful work. I actually bid on I didn't buy anything from them because couldn't afford it at the time. Look at him. But I did bid on, I think it was a silent, this was pre-COVID. So it was a silent auction, I think, through Salvation Army. They used to have a showcase full of more valuable items. And of course you had to bid on them. And I believe that's where I got my man. He hangs, part of some of the art that is hanging in our entrance. Just, oh my goodness. Now, you have to have some chutzpah to wear something like that, let me tell you. And I shudder to think what that would have entailed to do. Can't say that's my shtick, though. So this is just a whole variety of people doing beautiful work across a number of areas of interest. Beautiful. Look at this guy carving a torso. Sandy. I wonder if Sandy, who loves tall ships, has a ship in a bottle, perchance. Sandy, tell me in the comments. And is that similar to how they get the filling in a Cadbury bar? Okay, I'm dawdling a bit here. Or maybe luxuriating is the word. I don't know which one to end up with. Let's do this one. Dale Carnegie. Now, I'm sure there are no illustrations in here at all. A really ratty, book jacket. I have a soft spot for Dale Carnegie. Maybe I'll just take a moment to tell you the story. Oh, look, a hockey card. Is this worth $3 gazillion? Johnny Bauer. This looks old, man. No holographs here. Anyway, back in the day, what is this? Oh, look, somebody did. I don't know if you can tell. There is a leaf, so it's one of those etchings and an old piece of tape. Oh, or maybe that's why I see a leaf. It's not an etching, this was done in ink. Okay, that's a cool strategy. Oh, look how it discolored the page here. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, back in the day when I was a sweet young thing, I was writing a newspaper column. And I dared to speak the truth about some little hooligans, I didn't know who they were, who dared to vandalize some businesses in town. Now, what I didn't understand at that tender point in my life is that those readers could conceivably have been the parents or grandparents of the hooligans. They could have been classmates or friends of the hooligans. And I thought I was on righteous ground. I was up on a soapbox decrying the stupidity of vandalism and saying that essentially only people who don't have anything of value themselves would consider damaging or destroying somebody else's stuff. Needless to say, that column was not well received. And unfortunately, I was pretty young and wasn't quite prepared for the backlash. So there was a letter to the editor. People were taking sides. Somebody, now, of course, depending where you're living, if you don't live in Alberta, this name isn't going to mean anything to you. There was a guy by the name of Eddie Keane who was a radio man, and he did one of those programs on on radio, where he would talk about, stuff, controversial stuff. Well, it turns out that he was maybe semi-retired or whatever, but he happened to be living on a lake lot or something in the readership area of which this, in which this paper was located that carried that article or that column. And, anyway, you don't have to be a bloody detective to have found me. Anyway, he found me and phoned and I guess asked some stuff. And I don't even know if somehow the RCMP, it was stupid. Obviously, it was a crime, and there was, police were looking to find the culprit. Anyway, so the policeman is saying, well, Eddie Keane is getting, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. So now me and this article is going to be the subject of one of his radio editorials. So needless to say, this was, and you can tell by this, don't know what to do with my hands here. This was a time that was fairly, it was kind of fraught. I didn't know what to do. So let me guess how old I would have been. I would say between 25 and 30. So I luckily had, and this was when there was more provincial money and programming available to people. I had registered myself and my young son for a program at Olds College. So it was sort of an outreach program. It was made available to, I guess, rural people. So I was taking, what was I taking? A week long, I think it was a writing course. led by, at that point, no, he wasn't lieutenant governor of the province at the time, but he was a very prolific author. Grant McEwen has many things named after him, including the college I attended. Anyway, I was taking a writing course from him, and my son was in the kids program. One of the things I took along was finally we can come full circle back to Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it was a classic. It was written, I don't know, late 30s, early 40s. And no. The title was How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Well, I'll tell you, that book saved my sanity during this whole hubbub. I did not want to be the center. I did not want to be in the eye of the storm. And his process, I think it's about a 4-step process for dealing with the things that might worry us, helped me get through that period. And of course, eventually the dust settles and people move on and we all have to live in harmony. And I don't think anyone is holding a grudge, and I didn't hold a grudge. I did think that the grandmother who wrote the letter to the editor was a bit off her, like instead of smacking the kid or kids up the side of the head and saying, how could you be so stupid? And maybe how about some restitution? It was more a case of defending the behavior. So we know how that turns out in the long run. Anyway, that is a long, very personal, I've never said that publicly, story about how a book can save your life. And then when my sisters and I had the chance to attend a Dale Carnegie course, I think it was 6 or 8 weeks. Again, we had to pile in the car and drive to Edmonton. Very valuable, very basic life skills that if you ever get the chance, do it. And let me move on because this has gone way off track here. Okay, how about roses for Canadian gardens? You can just tell 8 1/4 by 5 1/2 based on this dust jacket that it's going to be kind of an oldie. But is it a goodie? Oh, look at that pink cover. Okay, so what do we have for a year? So again, that photography just tells you something. 1959. So the book hardly looks as though it's been opened. This guy was he became superintendent of the largest commercial orchard in New Brunswick in 1913. Oh my God. And 10 years later was an agronomist on a large state farm in Kermerova, Central Siberia. Oh, what can you grow in Siberia, pray tell? Mostly print, but it seems to me I found some color illustration. Now, okay, when a guy has that many credentials, you know that there's going to be a lot of botanical jargon in there. Okay, there's this and this. Be interesting to know what he could grow in Siberia. There's a black and white plate. Another black and white. This is really stripped down photography, is it not? We're not even showing any leaves or stem here. So a few, that would be nice in my, yes, of course, Swan in signatures, nice in my peach colored, no, blush colored journal. Okay. Oh, did we look at oh yeah, I showed you it was pink. Okay, let's speed up a bit. I'm a sucker for field guides. You may have noticed that. This one, if I recall correctly, oh, these are Australian. That's why the Australian map is here. Have all the illustrations right at the back, and there aren't, to be honest, there aren't that many. As she flipped and flipped and flipped. Okay, plate. These are the plates. So, oh, I guess it's not so bad in that the diagram and illustrations are all on, so you don't lose something at the back. So that's good. Okay, so they do a bit of a description, a numerical description, and then you quickly, okay, 15 is a red-chested quail. So let's look at 15. There she is, a red-chested quail. No. Oh, just a minute. The name would be at the back. No. What the heck? Obviously, I have to read and see how they've decoded this. So, what year? First published in 31. Oh, this one is 86. So, I will do something about that. Okay, hello, Lord. Little prayers for daily living to warm your heart. 7 3/4 by 4 3/4. Now you can just tell that this is, oh, it's a Hallmark book, not surprising. And it's going to be as cute as all get out. Look at that little munchkin. 1980. So I think most, well, oh, I was going to say most of them are sepia, but I guess they're colored ones as well. So again, larger, nice font. You can isolate the word wonderful or security or joy or presence or praise. You could use the whole verse if you want to. I guess prayer. Help me to turn my helplessness into strength, my frustration into patience, my anger into love. Amen. So really cute. I don't know if it's a function of the hairdresser these kids had or if there really are like little pointy head kids, but anyway, cute nonetheless. Now, if you had a kid like that, when you're after giving birth, you know very well that that kid would have been wearing a helmet. 8.5 by 5.5. Okay, so I think I might have this, but again, it's one of those that is kind of cute with the, you know, the additional bar of color there. And it is, you know, who doesn't love a little gingham pattern? And just a good-sized page. Oh, borscht. That's not the way you spell borscht in Ukraine. Ukraine, culturally accurate. That's the German spelling. Anyway. Okay, 2 more. I have, now I don't know if I have book 6, but I do have the Canadian Singer. This is obviously, you know, should be an intensive care. Oh, this is 1953 on here. Look at these end papers. The reason I picked up this grungy looking one is, number one, I don't know if this is the version I have, but when you have a book that looks like this, you don't feel, I don't feel at all guilty about, you know, taking her apart. So, music, tiny little images, black and white, I guess, for the most part. Oh, look at these boys singing in the choir. Look at these farm kids sitting on a fence. Bagpiper. Yeah, bagpipers. By the fireside. Indian culture. Now that looks to me more like I would say South America. In My Bark Canoe, a French-Canadian voyageur song. A gondolier. And then this one, God of Our Fathers. So was this 1953, or was that just the year that 1947? So it was probably added to wherever this school in 1953. Okay, cool. Okay, whoa, and my last one is even in sorrier shape, but I got it because I have a soft spot for, I believe it was the Purity Cookbook that we, not this version, that we all had to buy for home ec in grade 7. 5 3/4 by almost 9. So there you have that. That's cool. Now, oh, this is pounds to cups. So this is long before metric was introduced in Canada. Those are cute. Certo. Appetizers and snacks. Now oh goodness, some of this, yikes. Make this a gift book. Look at these coupons. Isn't that cute? Okay. So you could have gotten this book for $1.25. Cash or money order only. Can you imagine mailing cash these days? Anywhere? And yet coins. Let's salvage these book guts. Cute. Okay. So let me just do a quick flip through and let you go. So this cookbook has been used. Oh, there's raisin bread. Obviously has been used because we can see we can see some of the soiling along the edge. Oh, I was talking about the color resolution of old photography. Oh, this is for prescriptions. No, would this be 1907? Not 1907. So I would say August 24th, 2007. Dressing. Hey, maybe this will give us a hint about the date. No year from that newspaper ad. Oh, here's another card. Butter tarts. These are good. Show me a butter tart that I don't like. Anyway, did I look for a date? Here's one of those things that doesn't have a date. No date. Okay, guys, we will stop there. I think I probably talked a little too much. Let me Google this card, see if I can give up my day job. I don't have a day job. This is all play. Johnny Power. Okay, thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.